This is the GoStream Deck from Osee, a portable all-in-one solution for multi-camera switching, live streaming and recording. This little switcher has a whole lot of features packed in that have really surprised us, especially considering the price. For example, you're able to stream to 3 separate destinations at once. It has a built-in user interface. That means there's no need for a separate laptop to run any sort of software control. It can record to and playback media on SD cards. It can create picture-in-picture effects. It has chroma keying, super source, 8 macro buttons, and an audio mixer built in. For such a compact switcher, there's a lot going on here. So let's start off by quickly discussing the ports and the buttons. On the back, you'll find a headphone jack, 2 3.5mm mic inputs that can be set to line level or mic level with phantom power on or off. It has 4 HDMI inputs that all have scalers and the ability to do frame rate conversions. It has 2 HDMI outputs, and by default, HDMI 1 is set to the program feed and HDMI 2 is set to the multi-view feed. However, what's nice about HDMI 1 is that it can be used like an auxiliary output and be set to pretty much anything. Next to that, there are 2 USB-C ports, and you can use one as a webcam output for live streaming in software like OBS and vMix, or meeting-based software like Zoom and Microsoft Teams. And then the other USB-C port can be used with USB cameras. Then there's an Ethernet port and a 12-volt locking DC port for power. And if we flip the unit round, you'll see that it has an SD card on the front. And this is the slot that's used to store any videos that it can play back, any videos recorded by the device, still images, macros, stream keys, and it's actually what's used for firmware updates. Finally, on the front of the panel, you'll see all of the buttons and dials. And the first thing that I noticed was that there's a T bar on the right-hand side, and then also a separate row for program and preview, which I'm a big fan of, because both are actually quite unusual to see on a portable switcher like this. On the top left, there's a power button, along with a button that starts and stops live streaming. Also on the top left is the audio section with a dial to adjust the faders and gain. You're able to select any of the inputs and toggle whether that channel will be sent to the program mix simply by pressing the button and toggling them on or off, or audio follows visual. And what's nice is that the audio section lives on the bottom right of the multi-view, so I can easily see everything that it's set to. Channels highlighted in red are active ones, grayed out are inactive, and channels that have audio follows video feature enabled are green. Next to that, there are 8 macro buttons that by default recall a picture-in-picture effect in the corner of the screen. And if you want to record a new macro, just press down on the button for 5 seconds until it starts blinking. This state means that it's ready to record any further button presses afterwards. Once you've completed the sequence you'd like to save, just press the macro button again to store it to the memory. On the top right of the panel, there's the record and playback section. If you press and hold the play button, it will show the video selection menu. So if I select this video from the SD card called pre-roll ads, you can see that it loads it up, and then when we cut to it, that input begins playing that video content. And what's nice about this is that there's a blue progress bar that appears when videos are played in the bottom right of the multi-view screen, so you can be aware of just how long's left. With recording, that's pretty straightforward too. Hit the record button and you'll get a clock telling you how long it's been recording for, and also it says how much space is left on the card. When you're done, you can play back that recording on the device itself or directly on the SD card. Last but not least to mention is the menu, which is arguably the biggest deal here. Osee have designed their internal menu to sit on the bottom right of the multi-view. Once you press the menu button, it appears, and pressing it again will remove it. And it has a really simple, easy to use UI that you navigate with the dial. And there's honestly so many features in here that are useful to have quick access to, like super source, upstream, downstream and chroma keyers, a wide range of transitions, a still image generator, and of course the device settings that allow you to customize the switcher for your specific workflow. For example, this is where you set your destinations, and you can set multiple destinations, which is really rare to see in a small portable switcher like this. And you can actually set 3 separate destinations for this to stream to. choosing from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and much more. But the fact that this whole menu is built in means that there's no need for another laptop or computer on the side to access and change the device settings. One side note, I've been really impressed by the final recording and streaming quality that this produces when the quality is set to high in the menu. So all in all, the GoStream Deck by Osee is a really impressive piece of kit. It has so many handy features that are uncommon in a device that's this size and at this price point. Being able to switch, stream, record, and playback all from this mixer without an external device is nice, and it makes it a handy all-in-one solution. And if you're interested in buying one, as always, you can head over to proav.co.uk. But please let me know, what do you think of the GoStream Deck down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.